Gentlemen, welcome to round 9 of the VRA Mario's Hard Espresso series, brought to you by Vescar VRA and Mario's Hard Espresso. I am your one half of your commentating crew, Mr. Wimdy. Keith the Jones, co-commentator, will be joining us in a second. But for right now, we're gonna start things off a little bit differently than we usually do. We're gonna start off with some interviews. You know, it's the season finale. Why not bring us some pre-race interviews before the race, see how everybody's feeling? With that being said, we're going to get started. We're going to bring in current points leader, Andy. We're going to see how he's doing. Andy, this is Wind in the Booth. How are you doing, bud?
Good, yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. Ready to see some great racing.
I'm sorry, Mikey's gonna be pissed because I just hit wall glued in practice and totally came down.
Well, let's start this. I kind of wanted to get your thoughts as to how you're feeling about going into the final race, being the championship points leader.
I feel pretty good. I won this race last time. I think I'm running pretty much the same tune at night. It was definitely fast. It's going to be interesting because there's going to be a little bit less drivers this time, so I think that'll help out with the championship. A little disappointed it didn't get more points at Daytona because that last lap crash, but it is what it is. I think it'll be a good race.
Yeah, absolutely. We did, the last time we came here, you ended up getting the win. How comfortable do you feel coming in knowing that you won last race and are potentially able to get the win here tonight and seal the deal?
Yeah, I feel definitely pretty good. I think this is one of the few tracks that my strategy worked out. I'm hoping I can have another similar strategy. Interesting, I think the tire wear this time is actually less than last time. I thought it was 2.5 last time. It's going to be the play, which change it, because if a lot of people are on soft, it's just going to be a lot of it's called version. His seems to work at the night. I know Blaze and all hush hush about some tune over there, but I don't trust any of the Blaze tunes when you put fuel in it. So hopefully, Slick Ricky over there uses it and puts too much fuel in, spins out or something.
All right, sounds good. Well, we just wanted to get your pre-race thoughts, see how you're doing. We're gonna wish you the best of luck. Hopefully, you can come out on top, get the championship trophy today.
I appreciate you.
All right, take it easy, Benny.
Later.
All right, well, that's your points leader, Andy. We're gonna move on to second place spot. That would be Mr. Rick. We're gonna bring him in now. Mr. Rick, this is Wind. How are you doing, bud?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
All right. Well, we kind of wanted to get your thoughts as far as how you're feeling going into Miami. Not your strongest track, per se, but how are you feeling going into the night?
A little nervous. Obviously, there's a lot in the line, but in the end, I'll just be happy with a great season, man. It's been a great time, and I'm feeling a little bit better now. I got a tune from Blaze, but we'll see how it happens. It is what it is. I'm gonna just go out there and do my best.
Yeah, I was saying in the pre-race show on my channel that we were, looking towards the Blaze Reaper tunes coming out and putting on a show today. How do you feel as far as comfortability on the Blaze tune?
I feel a lot better because I was trying a couple different tunes, basically made by him before, and 5 minutes before the lobby opens up, he opened up another one, so it feels a lot better. Definitely handles the corners a lot better. Not as much drifting up after on the exit.
Absolutely. One final question for you before we let you go and get back to qualifying. Is there anything or anyone you'd like to shout out, before going into the race? I mean, you've had an incredible season. You'd had to have some great sponsors with you.
Absolutely, man. Everyone involved, honestly. You guys, everyone involved especially, but it turned everything, something I wanted to do and something I fucking love to do, and everyone over there at Mario's have really helped us put this on, and couldn't thank them enough. And I'm rocking the scheme today. Hopefully get out there and put on a show.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to seeing that Mario's Hard Espresso at number 11 back in victory lane today. And we'll hope that you can get the championship trophy today.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Thanks, guys.
All right, no worries. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is second points leader Rick. And now, the final member of the Deadly Trio. We're going to bring him in now, Mr. Keynes, third overall. Mr. Keynes, this is Wind. How are you doing? Appears we're having technical difficulties. Mr. Keynes, can you hear me?
My bad, brother. Had some mic difficulties. I'm good, man. How are you
No
guys?
worries. Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. We're hoping to see some good racing.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's my favorite track, so.
Absolutely. We were wanting to get your pre-race thoughts, before you jump into your qualifying and whatnot. How are you feeling going into tonight?
I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like I don't really have anything to lose. I feel like I can't do any worse than third place, so just gotta let it all hang out and see where the cards fall.
Absolutely. You do have the biggest obstacle to overcome tonight. You have to have a lot of certain scenarios play out for you. You said this is one of your tracks that you practice a hell of a lot. How do you think that you will do going into tonight?
I think Miami is usually a toss-up. I was telling somebody earlier, like I'd like to get out front early and run out front. It's one of those tracks that's really easy to get mired in the middle and not be able to move. So you work really hard for 3 to 5 laps to pass 3 people on the inside, and then you let somebody get inside of you on straightaway, and then you lose all those spots you just gained in 1 lap. So it's really easy to just stay in one spot and just rotate between 3 positions if you get stuck in the middle. So I like to get out front. Kind of worked out for me that way last time at Miami. I ran up front most of the race and finished second, almost ran Andy down at the end. So hopefully we can be up front again. And I don't really want to wish bad things on anybody. So hope Rick and Andy have a good race too. Just hope I do just a little better.
That's what everybody wishes. Everybody wishes they can do just a little bit better than everybody else. One final question for you before we let you go do your qualifying laps and whatnot. You were literally just talking about Rick and Andy having a good race and you needing to do better. Do you think you can do better?
Oh, for sure. If it's anywhere that I can, it would be here. I know. I don't really know how Rick usually runs here. I know Andy's good, obviously, because we kind of traded spots the entire race last time, and remember he pitted just a little bit before me at the end, so I knew my tires were going to be fresher, and I was really confident that I was going to run him down, and I just came up 1 lap short. But so I think he's going to have some bad luck to finish as far behind me as he needs to for me to win. So like I said, I don't wish any bad things on anyone. Hope he has a good race, and maybe I can do just good enough to be in front of him at the end.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time. I have noticed that you're running that hurricane scheme.
Yeah, I waited all season to break that out. So
I mean, it is.
There's no time like the present. We're in Miami, right?
When in Miami, you run the Miami scheme. That's all I'm going to say.
Got to be crowd
as an Ohio State fan, I will respect the Miami scheme for this track. This is the only time I'll respect it.
No, I appreciate that. Just give me a 1 race pass.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you the 1 race pass.
Thanks, man.
But we appreciate your time speaking to us, and we hope to see you do well out there.
I appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy the race. Hope it's a good show, and yeah, hopefully you'll be interviewing me in Winter Circle tonight. We'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll be talking to you soon anyway, all right?
All right, have a good night, fellas.
All right, see you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it here first. The top three, Andy, Rick, Canes. Who has the top spot out of all of them? Well, right now, we're going to bring in our very wonderful one half of the commentating crew. Mr. Keith Jones, 430. How are you doing, my man?
What up, dude? It is a great day to be alive. It's a great day to be at Homestead. It's a great day for some Marios. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. The Mario's Hard Espresso series is just giving us so much Mario's Hard Espresso. I cannot believe it.
Yeah, man. I'm pumped to have them as a partner, and this week we have the lovely opportunity to introduce our new sponsor. I don't have a graphic up, but we have a sponsor in Dubby Energy Drinks, correct?
That is right. We have been sponsored by Dubby Energy Drinks. Same thing applies. That VRA10 discount code, the same one that you use for drinkmarios.com, you can use on Dubby's website. Again, VRA10 on the W website. We appreciate them supporting us as always. We appreciate Mario supporting us always for giving us this series to run for them. And yeah, it's going to be a great next season coming up for the VRA. I'll say that, Keith.
You know, I couldn't agree more, man. We've got a bunch of really fast drivers right now. I mean, I'm looking at the qualifying times, and I mean, I'm seeing that we've got 28.3, 28.3, 28.3, 28.3. This is going to be a close race. And if we look at it, we've got Andy up there in fourth place right now for qualifying, which is exactly where he wants to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Andy running a 28.3, but I want you to look at this, Keith. Look what Canes just set. He set a 28.400 off by a full thousandth. But one thing to remember is that there's another one involved, and that would be Rick. Unfortunately, I think our pre-race interview kind of screwed him up a little bit for choosing to run a 29.9, not where he wants to be, but potential hard charger points involved. Exactly, yeah. So. Yes. Exactly. Like, this is gonna be okay. I am over exaggerating on myself.
Hey,
I
Keith,
said
as
that
we can hear you in the party and we can't hear you on the stream.
okay. Well, one thing to keep in mind though was that these cool times are not that far off the high temp times. Usually these cool times are running around, where, Hawk and Blaze are running at that 28.3, but the drier times on the hotter track, they're usually running about the 28.1, 28.2 mark around that area. So definitely is a play in tire wear here, but we'll have to see how far these tires last. We are on, I believe, 2.5 wear, so not as bad as the tire wear normally would be. So it will be a definite strategy game for everyone involved. But we are just about to get ready and go. I do believe everyone has qualified. We're going to see. Yeah, everyone has qualified that we can see. So this is it. This is the starting lineup. So we're going to go ahead and look over this. Taking pole is Hawk with that 28,353. Rounding up behind him, Blaze, who I predicted, along with Andy, to possibly take the win tonight. Blaze running a 28,365. NASCAR behind him in third. Andy in fourth. Canes in fifth. Johnny sixth. Gav seventh. Mikey eighth. Unfortunately, him and the guy below him, Mr. Jumpin' in the Fire 88, both were eliminated from points last week. Unfortunately, we're not able to keep up with the top three. In 10th, Shoplifting, our resident Mario's Hard Espresso tire user. This man will continue to run hard tires until they are 100% gone, and will run them for a full green flag stint, which is so unfortunate for him. I mean, that is so unfortunate. But moving on from him, Indianapolis winner, Mr. Vanilla Cummins, starting 11th. Billie Jean, starting in 12th, was the top 7 in points. Aluminum Pancake behind him, unfortunately, got eliminated further beyond that. Rick, 14th, not where he wants to end up. Because if he wants anywhere near Andy in points, he has to win tonight. 100%. Rick is on the prowl for the win. And then finally rounding it off was Skins. Now, Skins was in that top 7 with Billy and the rest of them, but Skins, unfortunately, was not able to hold off at Daytona. And then rounding up behind him would be Smokey. Now, Smokey has not set a time yet, and I don't believe he will. As we are getting ready to go green, big impressions tonight from everybody. Andy and Canes are in a heated battle. As you heard from us, Canes is fighting to get the win tonight. Also, Andy does not need to win, but does need to score at least a podium. And in order for him to keep the title, Rick cannot win this race at any cost. If Rick wins this race, period, it is over. If Andy wins the race, it is over. Canes has the most significant disadvantage going into the night. What does he need? Well, he needs to win, mainly. That's the big one. Andy cannot finish 7th or worse, but it can be 6th if he earns hard charger and fastest lap. Will that happen? Absolutely not. If he is qualifying 5th, there is no way he is going for either of those. And then Rick has to finish off the podium. If Rick finishes off the podium and Andy finishes in 7th, Canes is the winner. If he wins the race, it's over. Canes has this. What does Rick need? We're going to go over this again for everyone. Rick needing to win the race or finish 3rd or better to finish ahead of Canes in points. Well, okay. They simultaneously are together with each other. Rick needs to win and finish 3rd or better to finish ahead of Canes in points. What does Andy need? Well, Andy's the points leader, so he does not need to win, but the win would be sweet to cap off the season. But he needs to finish 6th or better to finish in front of Canes, and then he needs to finish 4th or better if Rick does not win. So at least Rick would need to podium to keep Andy from winning. But Andy needing to podium to keep Rick off the championship cup. As we are getting ready to line up Hawk and Blaze on the front line with our new sponsors, Dubby. Use VRA10
And it seems as though we have lost our faithful companion in Windy. He slipped and fell out of the booth. We're hoping that the medics can bring him back up. We are getting ready to go green as Wendy was saying. We've got Hawk and Blaze up front. We've got NASCAR, baby, in third. Sepathandy is running fourth. Eucane's fifth. Outlaw Johnny sixth. And we're getting ready to go green.
Yes, we are. We are going.
Welcome back.
Green flag.
Giggity, 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 boys. Let's go racing.
Oh man, Keith, that's the last time that we're gonna say that this season.
It is. It is.
We're gonna watch Hawk in cockpit view. Not the preferred tactic by some of our points leaders, but you know he is holding his line very well.
Oh man, is Rick?
Oh my! I mean, it took 2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. It took 2 seconds.
Oh wow!
Oh my
Gavinator!
gosh.
Oh
Jumping,
man!
just getting all over the bump of the man. That looked like his Daytona crash.
Just jump up front with NASCAR and Hawk. We are going into caution.
We are.
I didn't quite see what happened there. What did you see?
Well, we've got the replay up if we're able to get to it.
Copy that. Replay is live.
Yeah, coming into turn 3, we're gonna watch Rick here. What happens here? Well, he takes the Larson line, taking the middle, and we see shoplifting go up way high. He'd have to have gotten loose there, don't you think?
You know, I was not able to see it there. I'm having some issues being able to see it on my side right now.
Let me bring this back up.
Wow.
Yeah, we're gonna watch Rick. This is going in, or coming out of turn 2, going on the backstretch. Billy getting a little loose there on the backstretch as well. Yeah, we're gonna watch this Rick. We're gonna see shoplifting go up and take somebody with them. That was Mikey. But yeah, really rough spot for Rick. Not where he wants to be at all. But actually, I mean, he's in the top 8.
It looks like we are coming up, getting ready to go green.
Yes, we are.
So, just so that everybody knows, whenever we go into a caution, we don't restart at the same spot. We don't restart at the line. There's a little box just before the pit entrance that actually gets us rolling. Here at the VRA, we give everybody the opportunity to be able to be moving across the start-finish line at speed. Once you cross the start-finish line, you have the opportunity to pass. So we're going green.
Absolutely. Now, one thing that was said was it was going to be dark, but they did not say that it was going to be dark and foggy.
This is true.
Not the greatest view for our cameras, but we should be able to pull through with it. And be on board with the 19 of Pancake. As we see, oh my goodness, that's just more people into the wall. Man, it's like this. It's like these cooler temperatures are just not heating those softs up fast enough when they're going through the corner. One thing to keep in mind, current points leader Andy is up. And I mean up. I mean, Kane's got involved in that wall glitch. I mean, Kane's is all the way in the back now. Rick not having the greatest time either, sitting in 8th, but Andy is all alone out in 1st, just enjoying his time while he can.
Let's take a look at our championship contenders. We've got Oh.
On board with Kane's here in 14th.
I can't rejoin. Do not kick me.
On board with Kane's. We're going to see if he is able to make his way back up. We see him past Billy. You see Kane's able to make some spots up. Hawk slow on the... Was Hawk slow on the apron and Rick going into the... What is going on? Everybody is just everywhere today. On board with Pancake, we're gonna watch... That looked like shoplifting. Go low. Smart enough to get out of the way. Oh, sorry, that was Smokey. Smokey down a lap already. You see here, we're on the point standings. So this is what it's been looking like for the whole week. As you can see, Andy up in front, 1,217 points. Rick behind by 12. Kane's back by 35. Kane's has the biggest spot to go. But if he does not screw up like he did at Daytona, he will have a much better time tonight. On board with the 88, that's Vanilla, and then on board with Mikey in the 48.
And we finally got some.
Like he's catching him.
We finally got some clean laps going.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, what we had a wreck lap, lap 1, and then we've had just going on 14 laps of green flag racing. The real problem, I think, tonight, Keith, is going to be the tire strategy. Like, we obviously, NASCAR at Bristol had some, insane tire strategy, some fuel strategy. How much are these tire strategies going to play into tonight's race?
I couldn't agree more. And speaking of NASCAR, our local Get Wrecked All the Time NASCAR baby has been able to stay out of the wrecks so far.
Yes,
16 laps
far.
in. As he takes jump in for 7th.
Yeah, able to hold his line in that Chevy. Obviously, he's on his presidential campaign with that Vote Clarkson on the back.
Gavinator moving up into 3rd place.
Yeah, but look who is all alone out there.
And
this is technically the battle for second. You see Andy up in front, but this is the four-way battle for second.
and Andy's been getting Andy's got something figured out tonight, man. I don't know if you saw, but it looked like he pulled the better part of a 2 or 3 second gap on those guys fighting for second and third. I think that I think we might have to really watch closely what he's doing. Let's bring him in. Let's see what he's got going, what he's got planned for tonight.
Yeah, let's bring him in here. Andy, winning the Keith in the booth. Well, your strategy seems to be going according to plan. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, that worked out pretty all right. Was gonna need to take tires soon anyway, so not really mad about that caution. I was actually pulling on those guys, so I'm feeling really good right now.
Absolutely. Well, how do you feel knowing that your strategy is going to be working out, but also that most of these guys can be going for long green flag stints as well?
Yeah, I think that'll work out. I mean, I think the move right now is just to ride sauce for a little bit, see how this goes, and then maybe towards the end try to sneak in a medium run to push it to the end and hope for no cautions. That's kind of what happened last Miami race. I think we're going to go with the same one and just see how she goes.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you talking to us, and good luck with the rest of your stints.
All right, appreciate you.
All right. Well, you heard it from him. He seems to think his strategy is going pretty well. We're getting ready to line back up. We do see somebody we haven't seen quite a while. That's Smokey. Currently up on pole with skins. Was eliminated in that top 7 pack we had at Hakone. Gavinator unfortunately got eliminated at Hakone as well. Pancake was out at Indy. As we are getting ready, I do believe we are going back green. Three wide on the backstretch. That's Kane's Hawk, switches back to 2 wide.
Hawk looking like he might be having some connection issues there.
That's what I'm thinking as well.
Skins trying to lead his first lap.
We're going to see if he can. He's been holding off Gav for the most part so far. We're going to see if he can hold it in 3. Here he goes. Takes it a little bit high. Gav's going to go on the low side. He's going to be able
I'm going to take it away from
take
him
him
right
over.
at the line.
Oh, my goodness. Gav just does not regard anyone but himself. But also, super clean pass from him as well.
Dude, super clean, man. That's all that we could ask for right now, especially in this championship race. Whoa!
Speaking
what
of
was that
super,
on aluminums? Who did he just run by?
that was...
So in our top 3 right now, again, Ucanes is in 10th. We've got Sup With It Andy up in 4th, and we've got Rick battling Andy for the lead. So what do we need here from these two? If they stay, in lockstep like they are right now, battling for track position, how far ahead of Rick or of Andy does Rick need to end up in order to take this championship?
Well, obviously, Andy would be pretty set with the win. Moving to... Moving to our screen for Andy. This is how he's able to win the championship. He needs to finish 6th or better to finish in front of Canes. And also, he needs to finish 4th or better if Rick does not win. So, if Rick fully wins this race, it is over. Rick wins. If Rick gets anything else than a win, Andy fully retains himself.
Nice. I mean, we are seeing a ton of clean racing right now. I was a little concerned whenever we started this race that we weren't going to be able to get through very many laps. But as we progress, I mean, we're almost single file. There's not a whole lot of 2 wide, 3 wide racing that's happening at the moment. I mean, really clean racing.
Absolutely. I want to take us back, if we're able. Battle for third. That would be Mikey, Andy, NASCAR Baby, and Rick just behind them. Yeah, you see Andy a 10th off, NASCAR 2/10 off Andy. And
Rick
then
in the
Rick,
Mario's machine, man.
I mean, he's selling it hard. He wants this championship. You know, his Sunset win was just about 1 in a million, but also he swept that thing like a fresh mop on a wet floor. I mean, he had an incredible race at Sunset.
I concur.
You see a car?
Go ahead.
That looks like Vanilla down low, going right in front of Rick. Oh my! Oh no!
Vanilla, what happened?
We'll have to see. That was, you know, we usually take that outer access road.
Oh, Gav goes into the wall at the line.
Gets set hard in the inside wall.
Still keeps second across the line. But, wow.
Oh, my goodness.
We were talking about how clean it was being. Now it's just cursed, man.
Yeah. And I mean, oh.
Dude.
What in the world?
I don't know if Vanilla was trying to make an enemy, but he definitely just made an enemy in Rick, bro. Oh my goodness.
I want to bring him in here and see what
let's
he was
figure out what's
thinking.
going on with Vanilla here.
Hey, Vanilla, this is Wendy Keith from the booth. I figured as much, Vanilla. You know we're supposed to take the access road, right?
I wasn't Lex in the pit road.
What happened?
I wall glued in 3 and 4 and was just trying to run the bottom through 1 and 2, and I thought Rick wanted the bottom, so I went up, and he wanted to go up at the same time. So
he fooled you with the Larson line.
Don't worry, I was trying to run the Larson line, and that's how I wall glued. I just hit
sent it into the inside pit wall.
Yeah, I got too much fuel in the car right now, so it's not handling the greatest. But once we get a couple of these laps out of it, we'll be hopefully ready to rock. I don't know.
Absolutely. Well, we hope you have some better laps out of your car there. But we appreciate your time talking to us.
I'm fighting right now. The VRA Camaro isn't happy right now.
Well, we're hoping it can have some better times tonight.
Okay. We'll hope.
Appreciate you, bud. All right, well, you heard it from them.
How unfortunate.
I mean, just not what you want at all. I mean, wall glue is the one thing that this community hates, is forza glue on this track.
And you know,
it'll send you.
This is one of the worst tracks because one of the fastest lines is literally, in real life, is literally riding the wall. But the unfortunate reality is here in Forza, as we get ready to go green, is the fact that we don't have the opportunity to be able to run that Larson line, to be able to run up against the wall.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Larson line.
Again, my NASCAR Baby and Rick.
Now, the thing here with this caution, we might be under cooldown.
We are not under cooldown. It has been called, but it does seem like there's going to be a cooldown after this.
And Rick unable to get that thing back up and running like he wants, man. He's
to the line.
Who's gonna have it? Ian's way out front, but Mikey's trying to get the draft back off of him.
Oh, nope. We finally under the pace lap. Okay, I feel like I'm caught up with what's happening now. Heavens.
I believe so. Now, something to keep in mind. As of right now, Keynes is in the optimal spot. Is he fully in the winner's circle? No. 100% no. Andy currently 1 spot ahead of where he needs to be, but Canes absolutely needs to win this race, and Andy needs to drop 1 spot further. Rick can stay where he is right now.
If he's looking to lose, he can stay where he is right now.
Absolutely, but you know, I mean, what? I mean, he about sent it into the pit lane. I mean, that's another thing too, is if we eventually have a green flag run, these green flag pit stops are going to be a nightmare for these drivers. Because this pit lane is so narrow.
Andy is choosing to stay out for track position. Both you, Canes, and Rick went in for fresh tires. This is interesting. We have a difference in strategy on the championship leaders.
Andy said he was confident in his strategy, and I believe him. He's able to, you know, keep himself on those soft tires for longer, as we saw in the first stint he had. If we're able to go to his camera, his onboard camera, let's see. Yeah, he's in the clear. He's fully on fresh softs.
He's on softs. Eucanes is on softs. Rick's on softs.
Rick's
I mean,
on
these
softs.
guys are putting in, looking to get up to the front.
Yeah, it's the tire wear strategy. You know, we dropped the tire wear to 2.5, so these soft tires could last just a little bit longer. But for some reason, I think these soft tires are lasting a little bit longer than they should be. We're back green. Rick not getting the start he wanted, excuse me. Right now, we see Gavin. This is the line we were talking about, the Larson line. It's right just about in the middle of that turn 1, but watch what he does going to turn 3. He's gonna hang it low and then come back out in the draft on Skins. He's gonna be able to get a run on him. You see him go up on a clean move. Is he gonna clear him? No, just out. Did not get him. Skins gonna maintain the inside line.
You know, Skins is performing really, really well. I mean, the past couple of ovals that we've been able to run with Skins, he hasn't been up front for the majority of it, and he's been at the lead for a fair majority of this race.
Yeah, it's gotta be that new wheel that he's on. You know, he did swap wheels recently and said it was like taking candy from a baby, basically. I mean, he's been outperforming himself each and every time we see him on the track.
I couldn't agree more, man.
Somebody we haven't paid really much attention to, that 420 Billie Jean that we're on right now. Currently 12th, was 6th in points, so he wasn't doing horrible, we'll say that, but not doing the greatest out of everybody, let alone Skins. I mean, Skins really improved during the latter half of the season, but Billy was nowhere to be found.
We had somebody slow. I think we had another wall glue situation. I couldn't quite see who that was.
I could not either. It could have been jumping.
So for anybody who's with us that doesn't normally watch or doesn't normally play Forza, one of the things that they've done to prevent the majority of people riding walls, as shoplifting gets loose, what happened there?
We can go.
Man, shoplifting having a little bit of trouble. And unfortunately, cautions are not available, so shoplifting is losing all of the ground that he had made until the next caution.
Absolutely. We're going to go on board with the 2 of shoplifting. We have the replay available. Let's go to it.
Got that replay up.
Yeah, we're going to see Sins going into turn 2 on the back of NASCAR Baby. Giving him the bump. No respectful bump, but NASCAR not taking too much of a liking to it and spinning him out going into 3.
Dang.
I mean, you tell me who's at fault for that. As he hits oh my gosh, he hit the water buckets. I mean, not what you want to see. It didn't look intentional from our angle, but I mean, there's plenty of angles to go around. Gonna move back up to the lead pack. That would be, well, only 2. That'd be Gav and Mikey. Currently have pulled 2 seconds on Rick, just about 2.5. But fierce battle between the 2 of them. You know, Mikey has been improving on Miami, he says, but Gav has ruled this track for as long as we can remember.
Is it a battle, or are they working together?
I think it's a battle. Mikey's been running those soft tires. Yeah, you can see. They've been running their soft tires for a pretty long time now. I would expect them both to pit at some point soon. I would expect them to copy each other.
But if I'm observing this correctly, I mean, Mikey is somebody who, whenever he's going for a move, he goes for that move. And I'm not seeing him make those moves right now to try and get an advantage on Gav. I think he's doing his best to separate himself from Rick right now, who happens to be in 3rd. With Andy right behind him.
Yeah, it could be a long shot, Keith, but hear me out. He could have struck a deal with Andy.
You think that Rick could have struck a deal with Andy?
No, I think Mikey struck a deal with Andy.
Which would be?
Mikey is pulling Gav out in front, so Rick is not able to catch up to them. Because Rick absolutely needs to win this race.
Interesting.
And by the fact that those 2 are pulling each other away, you know, it's kind of hard for Rick to get back up to them. You can see Andy not wanting to, you know, help at all. I mean, he did help a little bit. As you can see, they're coming off 2 now, being able to bump. But that's all he's doing. He's not giving him any room. Not too far behind them. You can see that 21 of Kane's. Now, I will say, we talked about this in the pre-qualifying talk with him. You know, he is running that Miami Hurricanes scheme. That is probably one of the best schemes that I've seen running around this group. But as you can see, running 8th currently behind Pancake, trying to get back up to him. He might be wanting to work with him just a little bit, but obviously not in the running currently for the championship, as we are just about to cross halfway. Okay, now something I'm noticing here, Keith, I don't know if you can notice it either. Look at shoplifting and tell me what is different in that picture. You're not seeing it. Well, let's get a zoom in on this picture. Let's zoom in on that. Let's get the big old ultra wide camera out. Now look at, yeah, let's use the Android super zoom if we were able. in the bottom right, you see the speedometer, right? Now look to the left of that. You see that green S? Yeah. Yeah. Something, ladies and gentlemen, that we were not expecting. Shoplifting on a soft tire. As you can see. Now, here comes the... Yeah, but here we go. We're going to go into the first round of green flag pit stops. We're going to go into the first round of green flag pit stops. We're going to see Rick take the lead out of all of them going in. How long is Gav and Mikey's, current relationship going to withstand? I mean, they're only going to be out for a few more laps, but Rick just getting the fresh soft tire. He's able to pull out in 7th. Now, the problem with this track, you do go a lap down when you pit, but you do make it back up. As you can see now, Mikey and Gav going into pit, choosing not to hit the pit wall. Well, Mikey and Gav just coming out of the pits, but we do see, Rick, NASCAR, Billy, just coming off their green flag pit stop. I mean, Mikey and Gav have gotten the back end of this. You see Kane's slowing down now. Well, he might not be. Are they gonna keep going? We're gonna find out. They may be going to the line again.
Officials are discussing in the background right now whether we are going to caution, and we are officially going to caution with Outlaw Johnny out front.
Outlaw Johnny, one of the new drivers we have. He's done very well for being one of our new drivers. He's been able to hold his ground, but unfortunately, his main weakness, we are being told, is the same thing that Jumpin' had at Hakone. That would be the trailer in the ocean.
That's so unfortunate.
I mean, you got to have some good people to drive your ferry. I mean, it's as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. But we're going to see. I do believe most everyone is going to stay out, except the people that previously were on either your medium tire or on an old soft. But yeah, Mikey Gav able to hold out. But here's the fun part. Rick is up in 4th. As of right now, that is where he wants to be. Oh, and we're seeing something that I wish I had not seen. Andy being a poltergeist. I mean, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know, but he absolutely bamboozled me. But something to keep in mind, Rick is only up 1 spot on Andy, but also he's only 1 spot up on Canes as well. Canes and Andy are probably going to end up working together this time to be able to catch him and possibly get back in the lead. Green flag in the air. We see shoplifting go down into the pits. He must not have taken a stop. At least wanted them to go back green before he took a stop. We're going to see Johnny go all the way wide. Look at him up there. Absolutely sending it. Maybe turn 3. He's all over it. That looked like... That was That was Johnny. That was the 3 of Johnny. Johnny went straight up into the wall. And like we've said hundreds of times, ladies and gentlemen, Forza glue is not to be messed with at this track. I mean, it sent him right into the pits. Pancake off the pace. That's what is usually going to happen when you take that high line. You're going to lose just a little bit of speed, but you're able to make it back up in the draft. We're going to see if he's able to. Well, we're going to take a look. Well, as far as Rick needing to win today, that is the goal for him. Definitely needing the win, but he also needs to finish 3rd or better to finish ahead of Canes in points, which is currently where he is at. But he is able to, you know, be ahead of Canes. That's the main focus for him right now.
How far ahead of Andy does he have to be? If we could look at Andy's graphic, I think that we would see that I think he needs to be in 4th or better. If
Yeah,
Rick
so
does win. So his goal
Andy
is
needs
3rd.
Yes, Andy needs to finish on the podium to keep the championship trophy.
As we see both of them side by side, Andy currently with the Mario's Hard Espresso bottle in his hand if he can hold this position for the next 40 laps.
But that's the problem. How long are we going to have a green flag run for? This has been a very caution-filled race.
That is true. We've got Rick on softs. We've got Andy on softs. I mean, this is going to be a tight battle. As you said earlier, this is a track that Rick isn't the greatest at, but I mean, he's really showing his prowess right now with his battle with Andy. I mean, this is a championship battle that we're watching as Rick gets into Eucanes. All 3 of them. I didn't even realize Eucanes is in this top battle.
They're going to send it 3 wide. But my goodness.
They are actively battling for the championship on track 1, 2, 3 right now as, wow.
But here's the thing, though. Rick is in championship position. He has to win the race. If Rick does not win this race, it is over. If we were to call it right now, Andy would have the trophy. Now, someone else to keep in mind too, the 56 of Gav. Gav has been on a tear. I mean, coming off a win at Daytona by the skin of his teeth. I mean, 5 top 5s.
Gav's going for the win. He's like, don't worry me about the championship standing. I realize that we're all here together as he gets Forza glued.
Oh man. Well, now he has to bank on a caution, which might happen if Canes goes down that low.
As Canes gets loose.
Canes loose, going through it, Mikey's around.
That is the caution.
Oh, hold the brake.
Who makes it back to the line first? Rick, Andy. Andy's coming in for the run.
Andy gonna get the draft. Is he gonna get him?
Oh no, Rick
he
had
did
it.
not.
Dude. Rick had it.
Rick had him. Holy man.
So we see about half-life happening with Andy's tires. We see similar wear with Rick's tires. Do they stay out for track position and bank on another caution, or do they go into the pits and bring it back?
I think they go in. I think they'll have at least one more pit stop after this.
What has Eucanes got going? All 3 of them. I mean, 1, 2, and 3 still. Eucanes got loose. Eucanes is honestly the luckiest of these 3 because had Mikey not also gotten loose, Eucanes would not have been in the top 3.
100%.
Mikey
And we're about to
created the
see.
opportunity for him to be up here with these guys. Is anybody?
We're about to see
staying
their
out?
strategy. They are all going in. Everyone went in.
Everyone went in. It is
So
a
this
full-
could be. I mean, here's the thing. Canes did have the higher fuel, so he might get out faster than Rick and Andy. We're gonna see.
Who comes out front? It looks like Andy blazes in third. Oh, we did have somebody that stayed out. Outlaw Johnny stayed out.
Yeah, the only guy that wasn't at anywhere near them, basically.
So we've got. It looks like Andy and Rick are going to be in front of one another. Interesting.
absolutely.
Outlaw chooses the high line. So during restarts here in the VRA, one of the things that happens is as we get ready to come back for the restart, the leader chooses their line. From there, everybody behind them has the opportunity to also choose. Sometimes there's a track that'll have a benefit on the outside. Sometimes there's a track that'll have the benefit on the inside. But there may be 6 people that choose the inside line and no one that chooses the outside line, which can present the opportunity, as we go green, to be able to actually move yourself up some positions just with that line choice.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna watch them come into turn 1. We're gonna see how good Johnny can hold that line as Andy is going straight. He's going for blood.
Oh, somebody goes into the wall in the back.
That would. Oh, that was
as we
Gavin. It looked
are-
like Keith. We shouldn't have called it. That looked like NASCAR, baby. I don't think that was. It was not.
As we are racing back to the line yet again. Rough. I'm really surprised that we are not in a caution cooldown right now.
I am really surprised as well. We're gonna see. We see Andy taking the lead over Rick. Somebody we haven't seen all day. That would be 88 in that 53 car. Been holding himself pretty decently. I mean, on the medium tire, but he's been doing very well for himself. See, and Jumpin thinks he can end. He filled up 36 laps of fuel. So he thinks he can make it to the end. We're gonna see the pit stretch.
We see shoplifting going back in. NASCAR, baby, going back into the pits. A lot of people not choosing not to come in and hit this time around. As we're getting lined up, we can see people right now lanes that they are go to green with. And it is super interesting to me. The fact that we have Andy and Rick in the lead, I mean, this is really adding a story element to this race. And there are championship implications on the lead row.
Now, Rick needing to win this race. Andy absolutely in a position right now where he needs to win. Canes needing to win. All 3 of them need to win this race.
As we go green on lap 72 of the Mario's Hard Espresso series season finale.
And glad to be at the end of the season. It's been a great run. To think that this all started as a wild finish, see another wild finish at the season finale.
As Rick makes that move, he needs to get in front of Andy. And from my experience, there is not a person that would more want to see in his rearview mirror this number 53 jumping. If we remember all the way back to Sunset, Jumpin', Andy, and Rick were working together and really were able to walk away from the field. Obviously now there's a difference because Rick and Andy are at odds. Who is Jumpin' going to help? Is he going to jump in and help either of them?
I think Jumpin' goes and helps his Cup Series teammate. That would be Rick.
Wow, Mikey, we just lost him, 2 cautions ago, but he's already back up into 5th.
Now, that Chevy has got a powerhouse underneath it. He has really proved himself this season. He just went by everybody.
As we get some more wall glue, people down.
Oh, and we see 2 to go down low. Now, okay, NASCAR, you need to watch yourself. I mean, you've gotten really close with these wrecks, buddy.
Jeez. We are going into caution.
Oh my goodness! That looked like Hawk.
Indeed, it was Hawk, as he almost takes somebody else out. I wasn't able to see who that was immediately. We're coming to a slow Rick in 3rd. Andy holding on to that lead. There's something that tells me that we're looking at something similar to what we saw at Sunset, where Rick was incredibly dominant, and the only opportunity that other people had to be able to keep up with him was working together. But the roles are reversed. Andy has a really fast car. I mean, if we look at his fastest lap, we're looking at a 28.012, which is flying. If we jump in with Rick, he hasn't been able to get within a 10th of that. And at this track, that is a substantial quantity of time. As Andy with the fake out! Yes, Andy! Oh man, this is fantastic.
Choosing to fully stay out.
Oh my! God.
He does not have the fuel. He thinks there's going to be another caution.
He thinks that there's going to be another caution. He's banking on making it to where going into the pits the next time the caution.
Here's where the strategy changes. Rick's going to be out in front. I mean, Rick is going to be so far ahead of him.
Wow. Okay, so
now
out play out well because he stayed to be able to create the separation between him and Rick. Rick now has the opportunity. Several laps longer.
We're going to go to the front. We're going to go to the front stretch. I want to line this shot up. This is going to be a great looking view. Yeah, as you can see, there's all the pit boxes. We're going to watch them come around. They're going to go green.
It looks like. Seems like we're figuring these restarts out. We've had enough practice with them.
Yeah, everybody knows where the zone is, so at least they know that. But
as shoplifting gets loose.
Andy called it. Andy banked on it, and I think he might have gotten it.
We're in a caution cooldown. The first caution cooldown of the night.
Oh my goodness,
Mikey
Andy
taken out. So unfortunate. I was looking away whenever it happened. What did you see transpire?
I watched Mikey get sent going into turn 1, and he collected.
Oh. What is going on with shoplifting, man?
I think, okay, here's my solution. I think he needs to go to the hard tire. I think he needs to go to the Mario's hard tire, and I think he needs to get off the soft. That's the solution. And you see, he just blew his engine.
Oh.
Shoplifting just blew his engine.
we have our first engine retirement.
Yeah, shoplifting. I mean, hey, I spoke it into existence. He needed to swap to the hard tire. He didn't. And, you know, the soft tires blew up. It's as simple as that.
You said that Andy called it, but unfortunately, this works significantly against Andy because on fresh tires, except for him. He almost has to pit right now, and none of the rest of the field does.
Oh,
this is a move
goodness.
to the back of the field for our race and championship leader.
So here's the thing. Rick is in the prime position right now.
He is where Andy was on the last lap with what Andy was trying to accomplish intentionally, unintentionally. This oh man, these last couple of laps are really shaking things up. Andy with the fake out, ultimately biting him so hard.
Oh my gosh. So for reference, Rick is in the position to win this race.
Rick is up front. Eucanes is in 5th.
Yes, but the thing being, Rick is already so far ahead of Keynes in points. Keynes would need to win the race and then get here if we look at the graph that I have up, if we're able to, we see Keynes' stipulations that he needs. So first off, he needs to win. He's not getting hard charger. He did not get fastest lap. So Andy needs to finish 7th or worse, which is current right now. But then Rick needs to finish 4th or worse.
As we
Now,
go green.
I do appreciate you interrupting me because Rick got a huge jump on the restart.
No kidding.
Look at him.
Speaking of which,
He's
got everybody's teammate behind him right now in Gavinator. Gavinator has been the one person who has been working with these championship players and non-championship players to be able to gain distance. And we got Outlaw Johnny between Eucanes and Rick. This is Rick's golden opportunity to create a separation between the other two championship contenders.
The only thing that Rick does not need right now is a caution.
Look at this. Look at this. Andy is in 7th. Eucanes.
Andy coming back up.
Eucanes. Rick is winning the championship right now.
He has the championship in his grasp, has the lead. Gavin is gonna help him. Keynes is all alone. They're gonna scoot away.
Dude,
Keynes needs to hold on to
Rick
the
is
draft.
looking out so good. Is anybody going to try to battle with Andy?
I wouldn't. In all honesty, I would not. These three have been going race.
Oh, heaven.
Oh, no. It ain't so.
Oh, man. So we've now flipped again. Does Andy have the better tires? Oh my god.
Well, now he does, but I mean, everybody's got fuel to last till the end.
Andy's in 4th. If we look at this, Rick obviously has to win the race. If I remember correctly, as long as Andy gets 4th, even if Rick wins the race, he is our championship winner. Is that correct?
No. So if Rick wins the race, Rick wins the championship. If he gets anything else except a win, and Andy stays where he is at, Andy wins the title.
So let's look at Andy's graphic here.
Yeah. So we are gonna go to that now.
He has to finish 4th or better with even if Rick wins, right? So
Yes.
basically, if he finishes 4th and Rick wins,
If Andy finishes in 4th and Rick wins the title.
okay. And if we look at it right now, Andy is in 3rd, which means
Yes.
that right now, Andy has the championship if he can maintain this position.
Correct. If Gav chooses to steal the win from Rick, that will be the most costly mistake of Rick's career, is letting Gav go past him. And I think he knows that.
I concur.
They're going to go single file. They're going to go into pit entrance. We're going to see how they can
take this
do.
quick opportunity to be able to talk about our lovely sponsors over at Mario's. They have been making this Hard Espresso as a family tradition for the last 60 years, and they decided to bring it to the masses. As we go green.
Rick getting the start he wants.
Getting that jump. Separating him and Andy with Gavinator.
He's gonna try it.
Eucane's in 11th. Right now, I mean, we've only got 12 laps to go. This is not where
Look at this.
Eucane's wants to be.
Look at this battle up front. Rick, Gavin, Andy, all within 2/10.
As NASCAR gets a
4:10.
big run, is he going to challenge Andy? Rick right now wants Gavin to team up with him, and he simultaneously wants everybody to battle Andy going into any of the corners to be able to create some separation. Andy is in third.
He needs Gavin to block. I'm sorry, children. He needs to block the shit out of Andy.
Oh!
Are they gonna keep it safe? Keynes gets into the wall.
As
Are they
Gavin
gonna?
starts battling Rick, we are
This is
no
not what he
longer
wants.
friends. We are no longer friends.
Yeah, Rick's telling him. They are gonna go under caution.
Andy in position to be able to win this championship. Rick trying
Who's
to
gonna be
position
out
himself
front?
to be able to win this championship. Eucane's taken out in the last wreck. Is that
Oh my gosh.
Andy's in 4th? This is exactly where
Yeah.
Rick wants him. Do they go into pit? They've only got 9 laps remaining.
I don't know, but one thing that did matter is now Rick has 2 buddies.
He does.
Rick has NASCAR, baby.
They just have to hope. I mean, what we look at NASCAR, baby. He could go to the end. We look at Gavinator as he checks his tires. He could go to the end. Rick is.
We're gonna
hoping.
come up on 8 to go. I think these guys. Yeah, Gavin's right front is at 30%. It's tough.
Who's diving in? Everybody's.
They're gonna
staying
stay out.
Everybody's staying out.
Vanilla in, Blaze in. And that's it. They're going to choose to run it out.
And I know I'm not going to get another opportunity. So these guys are about to start making their line selections, but we're going to finish talking about our lovely friends over at Mario's. They do so much for us, getting this series off the ground, helping us put this broadcast on. If you are able to jump on drinkmarios.com, use code VRA10, you can support this thing that we do. You can also get involved if you jump in over at discord.gg/VRA if you'd like to be a part of the Mario's Hard Espresso series and have your opportunity to shoot for that Mario's Hard Espresso bottle. Join us at discord.gg/VRA. Thank you, Mario's, for helping us put on the show for the last 9 rounds. We are so excited.
Absolutely. Yes, we appreciate all the love that they've given us over this series. We cannot thank them enough. I do think they're going to take one more lap around, it looks like.
Oh, it looks like we are doing
they're
a
gonna-
single file restart. This is a very unique situation.
What are they? This is not something we were expecting, but I mean,
This is exactly
this could
what
play out in Rick's
needs.
favor.
Rick needed 2 people between him and Andy to have any shot at this championship. Andy has
He's gonna do
got
it.
to get under NASCAR. He has got to get into 3rd place to be able to clinch this
He's gonna
championship.
do it. He's gonna try it.
Needs NASCAR to take both Andy and Rick out.
UCane's coming back up.
He's shooting. As Gavin
We're gonna
is
see.
challenging.
Oh, he's. Oh, that is not what Rick wants. Rick absolutely needs to put. He's multiple cars in front of Andy. Andy dropped back so much. He's in 5th.
Interesting.
Rick's
He's-
still in prime contention. Rick has to get the win here. He has to. Because Andy is not going to keep that spot away from Mikey for long.
He has got to make that car as wide as this track. He has got to get up front.
Andy has got to get in 4th. He's got to get around Mikey.
Andy losing ground.
Rick going to go low.
Significantly.
He's going to try and get around NASCAR, baby. He's got it. He's got him right where he wants him.
Gavin wall glued.
Oh my. He's got so many cars in front of him. Andy's back in 6th.
No more cautions. We are in a
Back into 5th.
caution-free finish to this race.
Here we
As
go.
We've got Andy
Gavin
in
blew
5th.
his engine.
Wow, everybody's
Gavin blew his
teammates.
engine going into turn 3.
Not what Rick wants to see.
No, but still. Andy in 5th. Where is Canes? Canes back in 12th. This is where he wants to be. Is Andy going to be able to take the spot back from Jumpin'? If he does, it's over. Andy wins. Rick absolutely needs to be in front of NASCAR, baby.
Oh, it's NASCAR
We're gonna go
is keeping Rick
4 to
tight to
go.
the bottom.
Mikey not letting up at all.
This battle is exactly what Andy wants to see in front of him, because that orange car, that Mario's car,
Here we
that
go.
is charging for the championship.
He's going. We're going to see. Is he going to be able to clear him? No.
No.
Jumpin's able to hold his speed. There goes Hawk around him. Rick back to 3rd.
Oh my God!
Rick on the bottom.
Oh heavens!
Oh, they're wrecking behind.
As Mikey gets taken out, NASCAR baby out.
Andy got
There.
caught in it.
Andy got caught in it. No, he's in 3rd.
He got clipped just the tiniest bit. No more cautions. Rick
As Skins
needs
is flipping.
to get past. Oh my!
We have no more
goodness.
cautions, but
Skins
turn 4 is
over.
blocked as Rick is coming into turn.
Rick going in, Jumpin', let him have it. Is he gonna block? He has to. Rick has to block.
Dude, this looks like
This is gonna be real close.
As long as Andy doesn't do anything absurd,
Here we go.
he has just lost.
In the air, 1 to go. It's Hard Espresso.
Take Andy out. The option.
Anything stupid. Rick gets loose in the top. Jumping down low. Andy giving Jumpin' the bump. That's what he needs to do. Rick gonna take the Larson line. Here we go. This is for the championship. Going out of turn 4.
and bump and
It's
run.
Rick. That's it. Oh my. Oh no.
As Andy takes the victory, and we're wrecking, coming across the start-finish line towards the back of the pack.
Jumpin' takes the final win at Homestead.
Oh man, roll in the background. Skins got rolled 3 times in this race, man.
Oh my goodness. But ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Go to the graphic. We've got the graphic up. Here's what we need. Did Andy finish 4th or better? Yes.
Yes, he did.
Did Rick win the race? That's it. Andy's the champ.
Andy is the Mario's Hard Espresso bottle holder for
Oh my.
this season of the Mario's Hard Espresso series. Wow.
Wow. That was a finish for the AJ. That was better than Daytona's finish, honestly.
it had so many championship implications. Everything that we had going on had so much championship implications. Like, there was nothing that didn't change the results of it. There were points in time where Canes had this championship won. There were points in time where Rick had this championship won. But at the end of the day, Andy holds on to it long enough, got himself far enough into the lead to be able to take the championship from Rick.
What a finish. Holy crap. I had goosebumps the whole corner. That was an amazing run.
As we jump
we're going to go to the replay.
This is what the end of the race looked like here.
Now, we're going to watch him get clipped. That's where NASCAR Baby... Again, NASCAR Baby could not avoid Rick all season. That's
100%. As we go over to Mikey.
And we see Mikey there. That 48 car just getting low, hit NASCAR up into the top. Not his fault there. Rick gonna push him into the middle. And Hawk, he was the Grim Reaper of Daytona. I mean, he was the Grim Reaper there as well.
What we are watching right now is Rick's championship loss. This move by Mikey right here solidified Rick as second place in the championship. Had Andy gotten taken out right there, Rick would have won.
I think if Andy had gotten taken out there, he would have absolutely won this championship.
Or alternatively, had this incident not taken place, we very well could have had Rick
win this championship.
Running for the championship.
Holy crap. What a finish. Yeah, Mikey not getting the... Oh, my...
I guess that's what happened to Skins.
And Smokey just dented that front windshield. That is not pretty.
Okay, so we got some interviews to do right now. I was so caught up in everything that was happening. Was it Rick, or was it was Andy, or was it Jumpin' that took the victory? There was so
Jumpin' won. Jumpin' won this race.
All right. Well, I suppose it's time to bring Jumpin' in.
Yeah, let's bring Jumpin' in. Let's get him in here, Mr. Jumpin'. I mean, what a finish from you, Andy and Rick. But obviously, you taking the win tonight. How do you feel getting the last one of the season?
Well, the way I got it could have been better, but a win's a win, I suppose.
Yeah, we did see a little bit of contact in between you three, but overall, I mean, that was a great finish for the ages. I mean, a great finish to the season. I mean, that's your second win this season. I mean, you came in as, well, not really I wouldn't say an underdog, but as a middle packer, I'd say. I mean, how do you feel knowing that you were able to pull it off from a potential championship win from Rick there?
Yeah, too bad didn't get the Daytona race and the disconnect at, I think it was actually here at Miami. But yeah, season of what ifs, I guess.
Absolutely. Keith, would you like to say anything? Would you like to add some final words?
Yeah, definitely. It was really interesting to me. We didn't see you up front until towards the end of the race. What was happening earlier on? Were you running a play it safe sort of strategy, just keep yourself middle of the field to be able to run up to it? Were you struggling with something with your car or your strategy? What had you in the middle of the field at the end that ultimately brought you to the point where you were able to take this victory?
In the first half of the race, I think I might have a target on my back because it seems like I was involved in just about every caution, but didn't start it. Had a couple of squirrels in the race and got around them and had one caution cool down got wrecked after one caution cooldown, so that put me back about 18th, and I was running there for a while until the next caution came out. And then, but once I could get up, once we kind of got settled down a little bit, I put on mediums with about 30 to go in case we went green. I think we went another 10 laps to about 20 to go. I took softs, and I knew I was good till then, so I just stayed out for every caution and kept my track position.
Got it. So, were you running mediums through the race a lot?
No, I only took mediums one time. I saw softs only would last about 20 to 25 laps, so I figured they'd probably be the dominant tire for the race.
Got it. Okay, cool. So, yeah, it seems like cautions played out to be able to position you up front. Am I hearing that correct?
Some did, some didn't.
Fair.
Some of them kind of bared me back towards the back, but yeah, some of them did help.
We've heard a lot of people talking about the tune that Blaze was running. You're, one of our local tuners here in the VRA. What tune were you running? Was it one of your own, or were you running Blaze's tune as well?
I was back and forth during practice with running his and mine. Turns out his is about 1/100 of a second quicker than mine, so I just went ahead and ran his to give it a good test. And
that's saying a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We all revere you as such a fantastic tuner, and to hear that you won the race on a tune that wasn't yours at a track that you've always been historically really good at says a lot. So shout out to Blaze on that one. Shout out to you for the win. Anything you'd like to add?
Thank Blaze for the fast tune. Thank Mario's Hard Espresso for being our partner all season long. Hope to see them again next season. And thank you guys for putting on the show.
Awesome, man. Well, Wendy, if you don't have anything else to add, I think we'll go ahead and move on to our second place. Seems that we might
had an overall great.
There you are.
Sorry, you had an overall great race, and appreciate you coming out. And congrats on the win, brother.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
All right. Well, we're gonna get him in now. We're gonna let him celebrate with us for a little bit. But championship winner, Mr. Andy, championship winner. VRA, Mario's Hard Espresso Series Season 2 champ. How does it fucking feel, Andy?
It was pretty good. I know Rick probably upset with that last corner, but I really had to do something, I feel like. I also feel like I got very lucky to avoid that last accident and had just enough time to reel him back in. I still have to go back and watch how I got through that last accident because I was almost all the way down the inside wall. But yeah, I really got lucky. That's all I really could say, and it was a good season. Happy to be here.
Yeah, one thing we were wanting, I was going to talk to you about was your out laps. During the end of the race, you chose to stay out when everybody else went in. Now, we had suspicion that you thought there was going to be another caution. Were our suspicions correct?
Yes, and it thankfully happened a lot quicker than sooner than later because once I realized where we're at lap count wise, I was like, oh man, I might mess this up a little bit. So I'm glad it did happen, but that was my goal, was to get another caution. It worked out pretty good because it really did suck because I didn't pit, and then literally everyone that pitted that I need to fight was right behind me. So that was not a good situation, but we got very lucky on that. There was another caution, and it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, you had run a great race all day, and that all had come down to strategy. Did your strategy change at all? I mean, we saw you running soft tires all race. I mean, did you have any point in your strategy where you were going to be like, well, maybe if I stay out just a little bit longer, I might be able to, put some distance between me and Rick or me and Canes? Was there any deviation to that, or were you on the same path the entire time?
Once I realized how many cautions there were, I really was just sticking with the softs. My thought process was maybe towards later in the race, if things calm down, maybe snag some mediums, because you could go probably almost 25 laps, or if not more, on mediums. But just with the amount of cautions and how everyone was driving, it just didn't make sense to deviate from softs. Even if they were worn, I was going to ride them until they fell off.
Speaking of which, just for our viewers here, I'm just going to take a second to show what we were talking about, because this move where you faked everybody out going into the pits, we lost it. Here in the booth, we absolutely lost it. We were like, Andy's going into the pits, Rick's going into the pits. Andy's not going into the pits! He faked him out! It was an amazing move. Just wanted to say, like, that is the sort of stuff that it just makes for such great broadcast, because we see the strategy, the mischievousness, the misdirection, and it was such a good move. Such a good move.
And I honestly, I think that paid off, because I was probably on a couple laps newer tires. I don't know if did Rick and them. I don't think they pitted again when I did, right? So I kind of got shuffled back. So that probably helped me at the end after that last accident to reel him back in, because I was almost half a second down, and I had about a lap and a half to get back up to him, and I was able to do it the last lap there.
They did not pit after you did during your green flag stop. Well, not your green flag stop. Your second caution, we'll call it. Your second caution stop.
Yeah.
But definitely that was a 10,000 IQ play. I'll say that. That was a very smart play to be able to get on fresher tires towards the end.
Speaking of a high IQ play or a not so high IQ play, your race and your championship was controlled in the last 2 laps by a mistake, it looked like, by Mikey. Did you talk him into taking everybody out, or was that just a very fortunate turn of events?
So was that like the last big accident there? Is that what happened?
That's correct. Yeah, while we were still under the caution cooldown, and we have it up on the replay right now. So as Mikey's going into turn 1, he winds up getting high into NASCAR Baby, comes down, gets into Rick, and then NASCAR Baby comes in, Hawk comes under him, takes him out. They almost take you out of the race. But you were able to just sneak under Hawk to be able to maintain third. And basically all championship worries were behind you, barring Rick maliciously taking you out.
I was surprised I was able to actually make it through that, because on my point of view, whenever they were hitting me, I was all but ready to spin out. And then I saw the inside wall coming, so I was like, here's how it ends. I just saw a flash before my eyes, I'm gonna get hit in the wall. And then
take a look at it from your perspective here.
Yeah, this is the angle to watch, because this was what I was watching.
Oh,
right
gosh,
there.
The discomfort. And everything that we see right here is Rick's championship hopes and dreams disappearing in front of your hood. In his rearview mirror.
Yeah, I mean, I just pulled up the stream here to watch the replay real quick.
Oh,
and,
my gosh.
Yeah, when they were hitting me down, I got lucky, I think. Better be lucky than good, right?
Yeah, I mean, I felt, as the commentator, as one half of the commentating team, I felt your skeleton come out of your body when that wreck took place. I mean, that was the most gut-wrenching thing I've seen in the last 3 laps of a race.
Well, not for Andy, though. I mean, it was gut-wrenching for a split second, but coming out of it had to be like battling in the trenches and coming out to a break in the sky as the rain was falling upon you, seeing the sun that was your championship victory.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, once I realized, I still didn't lose a lot of speed, there's no one behind me, these guys are only half a second ahead of me, I was like, I have fresh soft tires still, I just need to reel them in, and I think that's, after talking to you guys, where they had maybe a little bit older tires, that really did help me reel them back in. And then they were running side by side. I don't know. It was kind of not good because I don't know if I would have won. I have to get Mikey on the math. If I would have finished third and Rick would have finished second, or he would have won, I would have finished third. However, that would have worked out. I don't know if I still would have won or not. I don't know what the big points difference is. So that's why I kind of turn 4 there. I kind of just sent it between them when I saw a gap, and I was like, I just got to make something happen.
So we have it up right now. This is the last lap going into it when you thought that you still had to fight Rick for that win.
Oh.
You took it. You didn't leave it up to chance whatsoever. You didn't need to do that. Your championship implications stated that you had to run third or better. It doesn't matter where Rick is. Third or better. If Rick...
No, I apologize, Keith. It would have to be... you would have to be in third or better, and then Rick would have to not win the race.
Oh, so...
As long as
looking back at it, that wasn't a
We've got the graphic.
You didn't leave it up to anybody but yourself. You took complete control of your championship in that moment. You did not give Rick the opportunity to be able to have a shot at it. So congratulations on that. Kudos. Like, other people may have sat back and been like, I got this thing in the bag, and left it up to the officials. Speaking on, we only had one single file restart. It came as the last restart, and it seemed like the person who had benefited the most was Rick.
Yeah. I mean, he put...
Go ahead.
He put 3 people in between you.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm not mad about it. He threw a curveball in with the rain at Daytona. We threw out some restarts out here in Miami. Just got to keep you on your toes. I mean, I get what he was doing because there was a lot of incidents off the restarts, and that did seem to help with those. But it definitely sucked that that many more cars are in the way now. And everyone at the end was on soft, so everyone was just fast. So it was you really had to push it.
You had NASCAR Baby in front of you. You had Gavinator in front of you, which Gavinator seemed to be a teammate of just about everybody that was out there today. And I mean, if I would have been in your shoes, seeing Gav behind Rick going into that last single file restart, I would have been so worried. But I mean, you just held on to it. You kept hitting your marks, and you took it to the second place for the race, but exactly what you needed for the championship.
I mean, I wasn't overly concerned about winning the race. I was just basically racing Rick, and yeah, just the single file restart was kind of disheartening. Just seeing that many cars, and then I kind of slid all the way back to 6th or 7th when that last accident happened, and I was like, oh, this is what I get for sliding back, and I messed up a little bit and just got ran over, but it all worked out. I feel like the tune I had was really good. I was able to hold wide open. I think it's why I was able to catch up to him so quickly. That tune on soft, so I didn't have to let off the gas once, so long as I hit my marks.
What tune were you running?
So I was on Too Fast Tux tune, Homestead or Miami version 3. I ran, I think his version, this was the same one at the Miami night race that I won earlier in the year. It seems to handle better at night. I know some of the guys were saying these are loose. If you use the daytime tunes, they don't handle as well. This one seems to work really well at night.
Of course. Right now we've got the replay up, going through the last couple of laps. You were talking about how you got shuffled back following that restart. And yeah, you got as far back as 6th. And then had to work yourself back up alongside Mikey. So, good job on that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I know a lot of those guys were saying over the radio, if it gets down to it, they're not going to play nice because they want to get, a lot of guys still want to get their first win and stuff like that. So they weren't worried about our championship. They're trying to get the win. So I don't blame them at all. The whole time I was just basically trying to figure out where Rick was at. I don't know what happened to Kane's there at the end, but I just keep my eyes on Rick and trying to do my best to at least finish in front of him.
Definitely. Word. Well, congratulations on the championship. Congratulations on second place here at Homestead. Great job, man. And hold that Mario's Hard Esspresso bottle high.
All right. I appreciate you guys. Can't wait to watch the replay.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, man. Well, we do have some unfortunate news, not regarding the finish, more of the non-interview we're about to have. We're not interviewing Rick, as he has stormed off and he has taken his hauler and he has gone home. He has straight up left. He didn't even stick around for the celebration. He took his hauler and left.
Yeah, as we were interviewing Jumpin', I heard his hauler blaring the horn as it went through the tunnel, leaving, and I don't think it stopped blaring until it hit Daytona.
I mean, you could probably hear it from Daytona. If we're being honest. I mean, he bolted out of here. I honestly, I do not blame him. That was a wild finish.
There was so many good moments that Rick had taking it to the front. So many points of time. He fought so hard to win this championship at this race. It's really so unfortunate that it came down to, I called it on Mikey, and that may have been unfair, because the fact of the matter is Hawk was battling for that position and came up under Mikey at an inopportune time. It does feel like a racing incident, but Hawk's Mikey's going for that first win. And obviously Rick was going for the championship, and unfortunately it turned into a loss for both of them.
I mean, if I'm gonna speak my mind here, there should be an absolute line between non-contention and championship contention.
And
this right here is the splitting of both.
It seems like Hawk may have gotten into Jumpin', trying to make that move coming under. I mean, there is so much happening in that one corner. There are so many cars. Everybody's really going for it. We can see Jumpin' just inside of him right there. Hawk sees that the only opportunity is coming under Mikey, who's sliding up, and he just doesn't have the room.
Just about kills Andy's season.
At this point, he is killing somebody's season. The question is, whose season?
It could be anyone's.
Yeah.
But overall, this was not a bad race by any means. This was an incredible race.
It was full of so much action. I could not figure out where to look. There was so much happening at any given point. We didn't have the opportunity to keep up. But to be completely honest, that's not just Homestead today. That's not just this race. That has been this entire series. I mean, we 100%. So many point standings changes that it's been so difficult to be able to keep up with who was going to take it. I mean, jump in the fire, towards the beginning of the championship. Correct me if I'm wrong. He won last season's championship, correct?
Yeah, he won the last 5 out of the last 7 races.
And so I mean, like, he was a shoo-in. We thought going into the first 2 races that he was going to be the force to be reckoned with, and Rick immediately brought the dominance there at Sunset and showed that, hey, wait a second, you guys are a little hyper-focused here on, the man, the myth, the legend that is Jump in the Fire, but just to let you know, he's not the only legend that's here. And who was with the 2 of them running up front, being super dominant through the majority of the race? Andy.
Andy.
The pace, the tone for this championship run was set.
It was
at the beginning of this.
100%. It started at Daytona when we had a 4-wide finish and Canes took home that coveted first win of the season.
It's true. Who
Andy was just about beat him.
Need I say more? I mean, again, the first 2 races. Keep going, man. Let's go through it.
Andy had a very close finish with Canes at the very beginning of the season. Who was there with them? Well, none other than Mikey, who was in the top 5 as well with them. Mikey had a great season. Probably the most Matt Kenseth of seasons I've ever seen. And that's not a diss. That's saying, I can get a lot of podiums and I can do really well, but I don't need a win to beat y'all. That's what I'm getting out of it. That's not a diss to Mikey. That's hey, I'm consistent enough to where I don't need to win against you all.
True.
And then we went to Indy. We had Vanilla win, which was out of the blue. That was an out of the blue win from him, and he was so close to getting Hard Charger from that, but did not get it, but still put him in contention with that win. And then we went to Eagle Rock. We went to Indy again. We went to Hakone. We went to Japan in cherry blossoms and had some tea. Man, that was amazing.
The cherry blossoms were fantastic. Getting to sit next to you in first class on the flight out there and shoot the crap over some Marios the entire trip about how crazy the season already had been and how crazy it was going to be, looking at the fact that we had Daytona, Homestead, and the road course of Hakone in front of us. Sitting under the cherry blossoms, being able to enjoy some more Marios. We potentially may have enjoyed too much Marios.
I think we did. I think we might have on that trip. I will be honest.
But fantastic. Keep going. I digress.
I mean, we had some great wins as well. I mean, one of the drivers, that I really had a great time watching was Oh So Slow, if you remember.
Dude,
man, he had an insane win.
Yeah.
He had an insane win at Eagle Rock over our coveted now Mr. Joey Logano's Spork. I mean, that was an incredible win, and then he swept Indianapolis round 2. I mean, he put 6 seconds in between him and Rick.
Whenever he came in at Eagle Rock and was such a dominant force, we'd talked about Jumpin being, the person to pay attention to coming into the series. I would have put money on Oh So Slow taking this championship by storm.
Yeah. If there was not a gap in between Daytona and Eagle Rock, Oh So Slow would have won this championship 100%.
The name is very apropos.
It's very apropos. This man is not slow, ladies and gentlemen.
He is oh so not slow.
He's oh so goddamn fast. But we digress. But overall, I mean, this has been an incredible season. I mean, we had one road course. I mean, and the road course was an amazing race for the most part.
Yeah,
from what I can remember of it. But I mean, overall, it was incredible. I mean, this was an amazing season. We had incredible finishes. We had 2 4-wide finishes at Daytona. We had an insane season ender at Miami. I mean, we had a Joey Logano finish at Eagle Rock, which was it's basically just Martinsville but better. I mean, what more can you ask for?
As we look at the championship standings coming into this race, we can see that the only 3 people were in contention who we've been talking about all night tonight were Sup with Andy, Real Wick, and Ucanes, and this is the order that the championship was concluded in. For the top 3. Not going to speak for the rest, but super congratulations to these guys. If we go back to that I'd like to go look at that again. That graphic, that really tells you something. That from 4th to 7th, that group there, that's Gav, Skins, Mikey, and Jumpin'. That point difference between both of
both of those groups. I mean, Gav was 3 ahead of Skins, and Mikey was 1 ahead of Jumpin'. That was something that we were not expecting beyond, being eliminated from the championship, basically.
Facts.
I mean, they put on such incredible races towards the end of this championship. I mean, they 100% deserve to be up there for as long as they did. I mean, Gav was so close to keeping himself in contention, but I mean, if he had not gotten the penalty at Hakone, that would have kept him in this.
If he hadn't gotten the penalty at Hakone, if Jump in the Fire hadn't lost 2/3 of his fleet in the ferry sinking coming back from Hakone, and if Skins hadn't had such an unfortunate running in some of the ovals earlier on,
Yeah.
I mean, this would have been a closer championship outside of the top 3. But
I mean,
those things all came down to making this top 3 insane
Yeah.
close in this race.
and there's one other thing too with that list. Mikey never had a win.
Wow.
Look how close he was.
Wow.
For not having a single win this season.
He was trying to pull a Tony Stewart.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. This was the Matt Kenseth season for Mikey, and he pulled it off incredibly.
100%. 100%.
No, hold on. You know what? I'd like to bring him in here for a second if we're able to. I'd like to bring him in here and get his thoughts on his season. Because I think he had an incredible season. Without getting a win, he had one of the greatest seasons that I've ever seen put together. If we're able to get him in here.
I don't know that we're going to be able to get him in time, but we can definitely give it a shot. Mikey is not only one of our top drivers here at the VRA, but he's also our local news reporter, keeping everybody up to date. He's been the creator of the graphics that you've been seeing of all of the information. He kept track of the championship standings to let us know going into the race what moves actually had championship implications. Had Mikey not brought into the table what he's been bringing to the table for the last 3, 4, 5 weeks behind the scenes, I don't know that we would have kept up nearly as closely with Eucane's going into this race, because Eucane's kept getting shuffled to the back, and I wouldn't have known that it had championship implications. So I got to say, thanks, Mikey, for putting in all of that work, unappreciated so often, but he's the man.
100%. Mikey, we've got you in here now. We'd like to get your final words on how you think the season went. Not as a driver personally, but more as a background. Well, not background, I should say. More of a co-commentator for us, our pit reporter for the latter half of the race for Daytona. How do you feel you think the season went?
Yeah, the season was overall pretty good for me. Even though I didn't win a race tonight, I pretty much had speed every other weekend. But just terrible luck for me for a lot of the season. Ran in the top 5 at Indy before my game disconnected. Was on my way to a win at Eagle Rock before I crashed late and got cost a chance at the win. Had a terrible qualifying run at Daytona last weekend, and of course getting involved in late race shenanigans at the end. So looking back at it, in the last 2 races, a terrible late season collapse for me. Was right up there, and now I'm probably only going to be 7th in points. But overall, really good season considering I didn't win a race, but going into season 3, I feel like I'm definitely going to be one of the early front runners for the championship, because I know I can win one of these things. Because for the most part, I was super consistent up until the final 2 races. So
coming into lap 99, you were in 2nd place, and you were going for the battle. I mean, you dove under NASCAR to go for it. Was this you seeking your first win of the series?
Dude, yeah, I've been desperate. I've went through a lot. I've had multiple chances at wins and just haven't been able to execute. I felt like that was my one shot to finally get that win, and I knew I had the speed. I adored NASCAR maybe a little bit, but I lifted enough, wasn't too bad. I saw Rick getting under me. I was thinking, I know I want to win the race, but I don't want to interfere with the championship. So I tried getting out of the middle lane to try to avoid affecting Rick or Andy, and then out of nowhere, Hawk kind of came out of nowhere and hooked NASCAR baby and myself, and we spun out. But yeah, just had to do what I had to do to win the race without trying to affect the championship. So that's basically all that was. Just a racing incident.
Yeah.
Definitely.
One thing I'd like to say to you is I think you've had... I really hope you don't take offense to this because I've said it enough already. You had the most Matt Kenseth of Matt Kenseth seasons I've ever seen in my entire life. Now, that's not saying it in a bad way, like, ooh, Matt Kenseth, Chris Joey Logano, man, I'm a horrible driver. No, I mean, you put yourself in championship contention without winning a race the whole season. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, out of the final 5 earlier in the season with like Andy, Rick, Haynes, myself, and Jumpin', I was the only one of the 5 that did not win a race this season. And I was still in the final 5 even though I had my game disconnected at Indy. But yeah, I was super consistent up until the final 2 races.
So I need to ask, because I asked Andy this. He didn't admit to it. Did Andy pay you off for this move?
No, he did not. Andy did not pay
Did
me
he
off.
say
But
thank
I just want to
you?
say,
Did he?
no, but I just want to say congratulations to Andy, man. Andy's my bro. Super happy he got this championship. He deserved it more than anyone. So, yeah, just congrats to Andy. He's awesome.
Absolutely. We appreciate you sharing your thoughts with us, and we'll hope to see you come back ready for next season. I'm waiting for the win, Mikey. I'm waiting for you to get a win, brother.
Oh, dude, it is coming. It is coming, guys. I feel like I'm going to be coming. I feel like I'm a way too early favorite for the Season 3 championship. I've got to win at some point. I know I can do it.
Well, respectfully, I hope your internet says the same, but I digress.
No, my internet's fine. I got new internet not too long ago, so my internet's fine.
Good. But we appreciate you coming in and talking to us, and we'll see you coming back ready for Season 3 better than ever.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna be better than ever. # Mikey Season 3 championship, guys.
Oh, we're calling it early.
We're gonna hold you to that.
We're gonna hold you to that. We're holding you to a championship top 5 at least till the end of the season, brother.
All right, it was good talking to you guys. I'll see you later. See you guys later. Peace out.
Later.
Yeah.
With that being said, just so that everybody that's still with us knows, this is the conclusion of this season of the Mario's Hard Espresso series. And the Mario's Hard Espresso series is set to return on
June 8th.
Go ahead.
We're returning June 8th. We're going back to Daytona, Season 3 of the Mario's Hard Espresso series. Now, something to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen. This game is horrible. I'm going to say it right now. Forza Motorsport is a horrible game for NASCAR. Which is why, after the end of this season, when we finish Miami for Season 3, come September, we will be transferring to NASCAR 25 when it comes out. This game cannot support NASCARs good enough. We will be able to have more people show up.
More people running the Larson line. More people running up against the wall. I mean, we couldn't even get it out because everybody kept getting sucked into the wall. To finish up what was trying to be said 4 different times, in Forza, if you're trying to run against the wall, what happens is as you stay on the wall too long, you have an unrealistic slowdown that happens to keep people from running against the wall to get an unfair advantage. And the fact of the matter is, especially at Homestead, Miami specifically, getting against the wall allows you to use that air cushion to be able to have some extra turning force, and it's one of the fastest lines in real life at Homestead. Forza doesn't allow that, so we're really looking forward to NASCAR 25 coming to Mario's Hard Espresso Series Season 5.
Season 4.
Well, right, I'm wrong. Season 4. You're correct.
Season 4. Oh, we're not waiting a whole season on Forza to switch to NASCAR. I mean, come on, buddy. But I mean,
Go ahead.
I mean, look at the schedule, Keith. I mean, the only thing that I really don't see is is road course.
Correct. This is a largely oval racing series with a largely oval racing group of people, and we feel that the most excitement on screen comes from oval racing whenever we're able to see people really battling for position, having the opportunity to utilize the draft, to utilize weird ways to navigate the course and weird ways to position yourself with tire strategy to be able to make the last race of the season unable to be ignored.
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, for anybody that is still here, Season 3 Mario's Hard Espresso series returns June 8th, 2025. The season ends August 24th, 2025. We then transfer to NASCAR 25 at the beginning of September. When Season 4 will come out, we are still unsure. But all we know is we're going to NASCAR 25 after Season 3.
And as we cut away from this, just so that you know, there's not going to be a break in the opportunity to be able to come and enjoy some of your favorite drivers running around some of your favorite tracks. We are in the process of setting up a IROC type series here at the VRA that we call VROC. And we're going to be ripping around in some of the old VROC cars, or the IROC cars, at some of your favorite ovals, just like the IROC series used to. This is going to be a series where everybody's in the same setup car, running around the track with no real advantage. There's no qualifying. It is a random selection of at the beginning of the series for who's going to start first through who's going to start last place, and at the end of each race for the next race, the finish order is reversed to start the next race. So we look forward to being able to start that series and to be able to bring you guys some entertainment in the off season. Wendy.
And that's not all we offer. Well, that's not all we offer, Keith.
Fair. This is true.
It's not all we offer. We also have a separate Cup series that we run on Fridays. You know, you have your Marios on Sundays. You have your, we're calling it the Dubbies car series on Fridays now. Yeah. On Fridays, Dubbies car series. Yeah.
Dubbies, we haven't given any love to Dubbies tonight.
Absolutely. We love Dubbies so much.
Dubbies is our newest partner here at Mario's. They make wonderful energy drinks and chews to be able to keep you moving during the day whenever Mario's might not be your option.
Yeah, that's right. Whether you just want to, have a winding, a calm, relaxing day, where you want to be able to, get that workout in the gym, just reach for some Dubbies. It's a calm, relaxing, caffeine to be able to control yourself. You're not like crashing out. You're not like sleeping
Keeping
half
yourself
the day.
Up to speed is what we're saying.
Yeah, keep yourself up to speed. Use code VRA10 when you get your next Dubbies order. That's code VRA10 on your next Dubbies purchase. Now, speaking of the Dubbies Cup Series, we also have Sports Car Challenge, which is on our Wednesdays. That usually is our Endurance, our GT3, our Prototypes, our LMP2s, MX5 Cup, which I know a lot of people love. We have Pilot Challenge. We have Touring Cars. We have everything on our Wednesdays. And then also on Mondays, as of right now, we are doing a diecast pop-up brought to us by our local spin-out artist, Mr. Hawk.
Championship influencer.
Yeah, the pretty big influencer. But we run a diecast pop-up over there, which will be starting tomorrow. I believe
and where can they join us? When?
That you can join us
down at the bottom right at discord.gg/VRA. If you type that into any browser, you'll be able to locate our server that we have, that we've taken so much time to put together, to be able to bring together a fantastic community of, as you can see, you know, like really hard charging racers that sometimes may charge a little too hard.
Yeah. But we have a great community. We love all of our members. We appreciate all our members. You use that code down at the bottom, discord.gg/VRA. Get a very special welcome message from me, Mr. Windy. Yeah, I will say hi to you. And that's not me belittling anybody. That's me actually saying hi. But we appreciate all the members that come in using our Discord, discord.gg/VRA. Come join us. We'd love to have you. We have a bunch of series. You know, if you're a hardcore racing fan, we've got NASCAR. We're going to NASCAR 25 instead of Forza and at September. We've got Sports Car Challenge. We've got diecast pop-ups. We've got pop-ups everywhere. I mean, there's no reason to come and join us. There's absolutely no reason you should not come and join us today. That's
100%.
discord.gg/VRA. But I think we've been here long enough, Keith.
I wish we could be here longer. I wish that we had another 100 laps to run.
Yeah. I mean, we'd be going into the dead of night.
100%.
I mean, it already is the dead of night, but still.
Well, with that, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. We appreciate everybody here. One more time, discord.gg/VRA. Join the Discord. Use code VRA10 at drinkmarios.com. And when you purchase your next W's order, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. This has been Mr. Windy and
Mr. Keith Jones 430.
We appreciate everybody. We'll see you June 8th for the Mario's Hard Espresso Series season opener at Daytona, June 8th, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We'll see y'all there. See ya.